Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in V8 action with the Simability V8ESC Season 11 Media Day from Watkins, Glen. In the booth with me, just in time, it is Peter of Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, Sam. Good evening, everybody.
And also on the Wheels of Steel, doing all the magic that you see on your screen, it's Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde, Peter, and everybody watching.
Right, Pete. So we are back for season 11. Obviously, no points on the table tonight, as it's media day. But it's a good chance for people to blow off the cobwebs, get used, or try and get used to this beast of a car again. As I know some of the guys have been doing the officials, but we haven't been running the league since November. So I saw that you did a couple of, I was going to say a couple of laps, but really a couple of... just like mooching round, looking pretty. How did you find it?
It's just as uncontrollable as it was the last time I drove it in any kind of anger. A fantastic car to try and drive, and I say try purposefully because it's an uncontrollable beast, really, isn't it? It's brilliant. The guys that drive it, I've got the utmost respect for because they can make it do things I can't. It's going to be a great media day. I've never seen this many cars in a media day before. We've got 17, so you'll have seen that some idiot joined as a driver by the name of me, and had to do some laps as a result of it. But it's going to be a great media day because I don't remember the last time we had 17 drivers all setting up to put some laps on for us.
Yeah, well, we've actually got 28 drivers signed up to season 11. We've got a new sponsor on board in Simability, and Glen Sidman from Simability will be joining us shortly. We've also got our Simability head-to-head draw to do tonight, hence why we're on early. That's going to be interesting with 7 drivers split into 4 groups. So that's going to really, well, we're hoping it's going to get some battles between teammates, shall we say. Now, we started this little shindig beat. Season 1 was about 5.5 years ago. Honestly,
Crazy.
Did you think we would be here 5.5 years later doing season 11 with this amount of cars on the track?
Well, we'd raced with some of these guys before we even started broadcasting it, and it's such a difficult car to get along with that I didn't expect us to be able to carry it forward for this many seasons. But the fact that so many drivers have stayed with us and so many teams have stayed with us, and the fact that the driving standard has only ever continued to improve the entire time, that speaks volumes, doesn't it, for how successful this league has become and the community that comes with it.
Yeah, it certainly does. And, you know, we've had dips, we've had big masses of interest when the new cars were released. But yeah, you know, ultimately we're still here, we're still going. Things are looking good. So, season 10 champion at last, Chris Jackson. What are the chances of him repeating that feat this season?
Pretty high, I would think. The amount of seat time he puts in, the amount of practice laps, the amount of setup he does for the Simability team and the NQR team, rather, sorry, is phenomenal. He's clearly very talented in the car. He's now no longer car 11. He's now car 1, and I think it's you that's renamed him Champ Jackson in the server, isn't it?
No idea what you're on about.
He is extraordinarily good in this car. I know he drives a Porsche as well from time to time, but he has complete control of this vehicle. But it's all to do with practice time. I never get enough time to put into a car, which is why I'm rubbish. And I think that's true of a lot of people. But it does show that when you do put that effort in and you do tick those practice laps away, you do get to become one with the car in such a way that Chris does. We've seen him dominate races utterly last season. I'm hoping that there's a bunch of guys in here now that can take it to him. And I'm looking at Dan Dracier, who's right up in the timing screens in the practice session. And I'm looking at Ryan James for Racing Forces, who is also quite high up in the timings on the practice session. I'm hoping that one of these guys can really take a race to Chris Jackson this year.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting comment, because we do have a number of new drivers to us in this league anyway, and like you say, some of them are looking, shall we say, decidedly quick. Yeah. You've got the old faithfuls. You've got your Chris Jackson, your Tony Kloosterman, your Tyler Newitt. Vincent Skilbeck is another one that he does get caught up in a few incidents, but if he keeps it clean, he's another one that can be right up there. I think Andrew Hoffman is tipping himself to win the league this season with his newfound speed from somewhere. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But ultimately, like we said before, no points on the table tonight. This is just an exercise to make sure everything works. But when we come back, that's when things hot up, and that's when the grid hopefully will be even fuller than what it is tonight. Watkins Glen in this car, Pete. We know Watkins Glen itself has been rescanned. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do. The runoffs and the curbs, the flat curbs. It does lend itself towards half decent racing. Can be a few incidents, but I think ultimately, and especially in this car, it's a very hard track to overtake on. You've really got to work on somebody to get past them.
Yeah. This one's all about getting in the draft on the back straight. That's after you've gone through the X's. You can get a huge advantage there. There are some overtaking opportunities into turn one, under the brakes. Position your car correctly, and you can force the other car onto a line they don't want to be on, and therefore not optimal. You can muscle people out into the bus stop, but that's absolutely lethal. And we see that virtually every race on any car, not just these. There's the last turn that you can try and get alongside, but that's very difficult because you're at full chat there. You're not going to be able to put a move on anybody too much. And into the heel of the boot, you can definitely get alongside as you climb up the hill from the toe and put your car alongside. But you're right, because the track is so fast on so many different corners, it's really turn one is where most of the overtaking opportunity will be done. The car is lively at the rear end because of so much power transferring through the rubber into the tarmac. And therefore, if you get too over-eager in this car on the gas, it will punish you straight away. Your tyres will overheat instantly, it'll take forever to cool them down. And what was that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Andrew, we caught it all on camera.
Totally agree with everything that you said there. Again, let's just remind the viewers it is media day, so no points on the table, but there are a number of championships going on at the same time in this series. So we've got the main Simability Cup, which is an individual thing, and we crown a champion at the end of the season. There's also a team championship, so there can be 3 drivers in a team, and the top score in the top 2 drivers in each race will score points towards that. We've also got the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award. So this is how many positions drivers can gain during each race, and that is totaled up throughout the season. And then we've also got the Safe Driver Award, which we do a little calculation on corners per track and how many laps drivers have done, and we try and find out who the safest driver is at the end of the season. Incident limits on this series is now 15. So off tracks, crashes, things like that. Drivers do get penalised if they hit 15 with a drive-through penalty, but drivers can also score extra points for pole position, fastest lap and leading laps. Most of the races that we do are sprint and feature, but we do have 4 endurance rounds throughout the season. A sprint race consists of 30 minutes, a feature race 60 minutes, and a endurance race, is 2 hours long. That's about it for the rules. We don't really meddle with the rules too much. The cars are fuel limited. The sprint races, you won't see anybody stopping unless they have damage, but the feature races you will certainly see people stopping because they haven't got enough fuel to do the whole race. Apart from that, Pete and Sam, I think we are ready to rumble, and we're ready for these guys to get the show on the road, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to start doing the head-to-heads?
No.
No, we're doing that later, are we?
I am literally waiting for Glen to rejoin us.
Oh, right, sorry. I didn't realise we were waiting for Glen. We are ready to go with this league now. And for anybody watching, or anybody who watches this as a replay, if you've never driven the V8s before, then please join the league if it's something that you like the look of when you watch it. It is a monster. It's a car that absolutely wants to kill you on every corner, but when you master this car, you'll learn all the lessons that you need to master all the others on iRacing or any other racing sim that you come across. It's never worked for me, as Clyde will obviously tell you, but for a lot of racers, this car is the proving ground for all of the cars that they will race in the future. So please join us.
I thought there was something else coming there. Just stopped.
That was it.
Okay, so I can see Glen is in the interview waiting room, so I'll grab Glen into the live booth. Sam will just play a small Simability what is it all about type thing, and then we'll have a chat with series sponsor Glen Sidman. give us sound back. Okay, so Glen's having a few technical issues that we're trying to sort out in the background so that you can all hear him. So what we shall do now is we will switch over to the draw for the Simability head-to-head challenge.
So for those watching at home, when this happened in the GT4 TCR League, I ended up against my own teammate. So that's what can happen in this. It's a bit strange, but there you go. It certainly adds another element in. So let's see what happens.
Okay, so you can see our funky wheel. Sam will spin it. It will pick drivers one at a time. First driver will go into Group 1, second Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, and then the fifth driver back to Group 1, and so on until we run out of drivers. So, fire away, Sam.
Nothing good for my head. Oh dear.
I think it was better with your face in the middle, to be honest.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Vincent, is it? Oh, no, it's not.
Is it? It's not. It's Ryan Walker.
Brian Stoker.
Driver in Group 1. Okay. Let's get to Group 2. Obviously, everybody will be wanting to avoid Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
And that's socially as well as in this.
Adam.
It's Adam Wright.
Yeah, last time I raced with Adam at Watkins, I wiped him out, if you remember.
How could we forget? Okay, first driver in Group 3.
Honestly, that's not doing anything for my brain. Is it Bob? Is it Bob? It's Kenzie.
It's Kenzie in Group 3. All they have to do is remember how to spell his surname. Something like that.
No. William, is it William? William Blackwell Chambers? Blake Chambers?
I think it is Blackwell.
I think it's Blackwell as well, never mind.
It just couldn't fit in.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, back to Group 1. Who's joining Ryan Walker?
Connor? Oh, Jamie, yeah.
Jamie Wilson. Is it because I led backwards?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Bit clearer now.
Okay, Group 2, second driver.
Stefan Goebel. Be dead funny if he ends up against one of his other VTS teammates.
Okay, who's going to join Kenzie Nyoff in Group 3?
Be Greg, isn't it? Yeah, Greg Carr.
Greg Carr. Okay, Group 4. In with William Blackwell Chambers. Some big hitters left in. It's going to be... Oh. Is it Anne?
Yeah, Anne Woodward.
Anne Woodward. Okay, back to Group 1. Joining Ryan and Jamie.
Chris Jackson just scooted through there. Don Gracia.
Dan. I managed to spell his name wrong as well.
Beats me saying it wrong.
Okay, Group 2 joining Adam and Stefan.
Ivan.
It's going to be Ivan.
Just about.
That's looking like a good group at the moment.
I tell you what, there's some tasty drivers in that one. Competitive with each other rather. There's still some of the highest performers Still to go yet, so this is
Yeah.
interesting.
Group 3 with Kenzie and Greg. Is it going to be the Hoff or is it going to stop? It is the Hoff. Okay, into Group 4, joining William and Ant.
Oh, it's Tony.
Oh, there's teammates in the same group.
Oh, that's not good.
Tony Kloosterman.
We need to get car 1 in that one.
Okay, back to Group 1, joining Ryan, Jamie and Dan. Is it? It's going to be Miro.
It's Miro, yeah. That's a good mix as well.
Okay, Group 2, joining Adam, Stefan and Ivan.
Teammate. No, yeah, no. Who is it? Ryan.
It's
Gee, that was
Ryan.
close. That was really close. That was like on the line.
Okay, Group 3, Kenzie, Greg, Andrew and... Oh, there's Jackson coming round, but not quick
Connor.
enough. It's Connor Daly. Okay, Group 4 with William, Ant and Tony. Oh, no. Is it going to be John Canizaro? It is.
They weren't in that group anymore.
Okay, back to Group 1. Ryan, Jamie, Dan, Miro, and... Like you say, there's still some big hitters in there. It's going to be
Sausage
Steve
dog.
Phillips.
That's my old teammate. Crashed many cars with Stephen.
Okay, Group 2. Adam, Stefan, Ivan, Ryan, James, and...
Duncan.
It's Duncan Cope. Group 3, Kenzie, Greg, Andrew, Connor, and... Oh, there it is. There it is.
That was like playing top trumps. Do you remember that as a kid?
Mary Jackson. Okay, Group 4, joining William, Ant, Tony, and John. It's Blake. Another new driver to the series.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Okay, back to Group 1. I'm going to drag Glen in because he thinks he's sorted his issues out.
Wobbly. Who's Wobbly got?
Is it Wobbly? It is Wobbly.
Who's he got?
Ryan, Jamie, Dan, Miro, and Stephen.
Oh, well, that could be good. That sounds like a good group. He's got to be sober to race, though, so that's never going to work.
Group 2. It's going to be Jason Haddington. New driver to this series, but not a new driver to us.
No, lovely bloke, though. Raced with him quite a lot in GT4 TCR.
Okay, mic check for Glen. No.
Bob Woodhouse.
Okay, Rob Woodhouse goes into Group 3.
Hopefully he's not changed his paint too much, because I liked his paint last season. Was it Vincent? It's Vinny. Thought it wasn't going to stop
It
then.
is. No, Vincent and Tony.
Oh, are they in the same one?
They are.
Oh, that's proper tasty.
Right, have we got any
left.
decent drivers left?
No, just Tyler.
Yeah, 3 apart from Tyler. It's Nikolai.
Right on him. Really good in the V8s now. Nikolai Bogotyrev.
Okay, who's going to fill up Group 2? Adam Wright, Stefan Goebel, Ivan Bowmans, Ryan James, Duncan Cope, and Jason Haddington. And another new driver.
Yeah, Arturus. We've seen him somewhere else though, right?
No.
No? Sure, I've seen his name. I might have raced officials with him
Maybe
then.
officials, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the name is familiar to me as well.
Right, okay.
Okay, who's going in Chris Jackson's group?
Tyler!
It's Tyler.
That's class. That's going to be good.
Which means Mr. Marco Lewert goes into Group 4.
Was
He's not
Marco the last one I picked last time I did this wheel for the GT4
Probably.
Discers? Yeah, I do think so.
Is he in with his teammate?
No.
No, okay. Stuff on
Okay,
that.
so let's just quickly run through the groups. Group 1, Ryan Walker, Jamie Wilson, Dan Dracier, Miro Hasky, Stephen Phillips, Wobbly Kneecaps, and Nikolai Bogotyrev. In Group 2, we have Adam Wright, Stefan Goebel, Ivan Bowmans, Ryan James, Duncan Cope, Jason Haddington, and Arturus Kundelis. Group 3, we have Kenzie Newhoff, Greg Carr, Andrew Hoffman, Connor Daly, Chris Jackson, Rob Woodhouse, and Tyler Newitt. And in Group 4, we have William Blackwell Chambers, Ant Woodward, Tony Kloosterman, John Canizaro, Blake Delaney, Vincent Skilbeck, and Marco Lewert. So those groups will be fighting it out once the season kicks off properly for the first 6 race days, and then the top 2 from each group will head into the quarter-finals. Right, where are we with Glen? He's disappeared at the moment. Not a problem. We're used to having technical issues on BSTV.
Mostly. Sam has put in the head-to-head page into the YouTube chat. So if you wanted to go and check because Clyde was talking too fast or you couldn't understand his foreign accent, then it's all in there for you.
I really wish you hadn't said that, though. We're going to have to go and sort the formatting, though.
So,
I looked at it and I thought, a couple of them don't look particularly right. It don't matter. No one's looking at it.
now they are. So we've got qualifying session has started. So 15 minutes of qualifying for these guys to get their best time on the board. Nobody's set any times just yet. Obviously, everybody's on an outlap or in the pits still. You get the occasional drivers in V8s that will not put a qualifying time in, and that's generally because they don't want to be involved in the initial laps kind of free-for-all fight, because you do get one, like you do in any race, but with V8s it can be quite tasty at times, so they'll sit out and wait for everybody else to do their piece. So your last season's race season winner, Chris Jackson's just left the pits.
Okay, I'm just looking on Discord, and Hoff is getting his excuses in already by saying he's got no force feedback.
Oh dear. Tell you what, that VTS target paint really does look good again. It's really class.
No, stop saying that.
Why? Do you not like it?
Yeah, I do. But is it getting old now?
No.
Do they need to refresh it somehow?
Look, some things are just ageless, right? Like me.
To me, that's like a target. It's like, please hit me.
Well, you're not racing.
Or more importantly, you're not.
There is that, yeah. Have we got Glen back?
I don't know, do we?
Yeah, we do.
How about that?
Hey, here we go. So, Mr. Glen Sidman from Simability. First of all, let me welcome you to the BSTV family and the V8ESC family. It's an absolute pleasure and an honour to have you on board as our principal sponsor. We have played your little video, and I'm sure it will get a number of outings this season, and any more videos that come our way. But welcome to the booth. Give us a little rundown for the viewers on what you guys actually do at Simability.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Glad to be here. And so what we do is we provide hand controls for those who are unable to use the foot pedals. So what the customer can do is purchase off-the-shelf wheels, such as a Thrustmaster T300, something like that. And then we provide the adaptation so that they can put the analog gas and brake pedals on that particular wheel and go racing. We're the company that would love to go out of business. I wish there weren't people that needed those things, but if you find yourself in that situation, we just want to get you back into an awesome sport. And a lot of our customers are previous competitors, and getting back into iRacing or sim racing in general helps a lot with rehabilitation and just enjoying life. So we're dedicated to trying to help with that.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, the story goes that you actually started doing this because your own son wanted to get into racing.
Exactly. Yes, my son Jacob, he has cerebral palsy, and he loves cars, always has. And when he was quite young, he wanted to play sim racing. And we would set him up with a joystick. We tried lots of different solutions, and there just wasn't anything on the market at the time. And so that's how I kind of got into it. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an electronics guy. Just kind of learned as I went. Started with a sim racing desk with the first hand controls I set up for him. There was a lot of interest in that. And people were asking, hey, where do you find all that stuff? How do I get that? And it just kind of slowly developed. This is the most unorganized company probably in the world. It just kind of grew on its own, and that's where we are today.
Well, to be honest, sometimes it doesn't take an engineering or an electronic background to come up with a good idea like that. Sometimes you just need to be a dad, because dads come up with good ideas.
Isn't that true? Yep.
So, obviously, we've seen the Simability name right from the start of V8ESC, 5.5 years ago in season 1, because Tony Kloosterman and the NQR team has always run Simability as a sponsor. But season 11, you've jumped in with both feet. And you're now our principal sponsor, which I'm over the moon about. What made you take that leap?
Well, finally in a situation where we can do that. Last couple of years have been not particularly good, but things are clearing up, and financially we can help out. The Simability's never made a penny, but that's never really been the goal. So by being involved with your league again, I think we can help get the message out there. And and Tony and Greg and NQR, they were there when Simability started, and we've just kind of been together for a long time. And I appreciate you guys keeping this league going, keeping this league going. We started in a league, Gras Sim, years ago that eventually folded. So it's kind of like bringing those old memories back, and it's just good to be back and support the community and those people that support Simability. There's so many sim racers out there and other individuals that help me, give me advice, other things, and like to give something back.
Excellent. And we also have, he's not actually running tonight, he's got other commitments. But we do have a driver in Arturus Cundelis that actually uses equipment that you've built for him.
Yes, he does. He's actually still using one of the very first products that we ever made, and that's an adapter to put an SRW S1 wheel on a G27 base. And so I was quite pleased to hear that he had joined the league. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be great to see what sort of pace he's got, and if there's anybody out there that thinks that they can't do it through any physical disability or something like that, then we're here to prove you wrong, because this sport, be it Simsport, is for everybody. The able-bodied, the not so able-bodied, in Pete's case. Male, female, everything in between as well. So that's what we're here for. Pete, any questions for Glen?
Yeah. So how do people approach you? How do people contact you?
Carefully.
Carefully.
With caution.
That's excellent. That's the best response ever.
Yeah. Our website is www.simability.com. So if you go on there, my email address is on there. I can tell you now it's glen.sidman@simability.com. There's a forum on there. You can reach out to us. Facebook, just search for Simability. Pretty much at this point, if you search for sim racing hand controls, you're going to find us.
Okay. And we did some work in terms of raising money a few years ago, if you remember, for an individual. I hope that we'll get to a place where we can do that again. Hopefully it benefited that particular individual. And how many people do you hope to affect on an annual basis, or is it absolutely random for you?
Oh, that's a very good question. So just before, because Simability has more or less been shut down for a couple of years, but we're back. We unfortunately have more business than we can actually handle. So I'd say 50, 60 customers a year.
Yeah.
We're hoping to be able to do a lot more in the future. The nice thing now, for those that need this equipment, is that there is some off-the-shelf equipment now. A lot of the Fanatic stuff, they have analog clutch paddles that can be used as gas and brake. So I'm kind of hoping we have a little less business, but in our focus going forward will be to adapt or improve those off-the-shelf products rather than provide a whole solution, because that's expensive. You have to buy the whole kit and then add a full set of hand controls. We'd like to see a more economical entry for those folks. But yeah, it's 50, 60 people, and that event we had, that was for Scott Moore, and that was I will always remember that event. That was a gentleman that he was a driving instructor, just a wonderful guy, really, really good guy, and he had some issues from cancer treatment that impacted his ability to drive, and you guys helped get him in a sim racing rig. He was unfortunately only able to race once. He had a fantastic time. His health took a turn after that, but the sim rig and everything that the community got for him, that's actually over at a place across the street from Atlanta Motor Speedway, so it's still in use today as far as I know.
That's really cool.
That was, for those that don't know, that was an absolutely fantastic event. So many people helped us, from Glen to people building PCs and iRacing, giving away a full membership. That was absolutely fantastic. And you're right, Pete, it's something that we certainly need to do again. So, Glen, before we let you go and enjoy the racing, are there any final words from yourself?
Just thanks again. I'm looking forward to being involved with your group and the V8 Supercar, Euro V8 Supercar Series, and just hope everybody has a good time and enjoys it.
Well, that is what we're all about. It can get serious sometimes, but most of the time the drivers do enjoy themselves. And I think at some point we need to get Glen near a sim rig so we can see him go round a track.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sam's not racing, so it won't get that serious, will it?
Well, Glen, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to have to let you go because we're getting towards the end of qualifying.
Sounds good.
Please feel free to come and join us whenever you fancy it.
Okay, very good. Last thing I wanted to say, though, is I just wanted to thank my son, Jacob Sidman, who put the music together for that commercial that you guys played. Together we made that, and he's the #1 Simability supporter, and I want to thank him for all his help. And thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, and thanks to Jacob from us at BSTV as well. And Glen, thanks for your time, and hopefully we'll catch you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so Glen Sidman there from Simability. If you've got any questions for Glen, chuck them on our Discord channel. He is there, he does read it, he does contribute. So, just make sure you let us know if you need anything. Right, back to qualifying, guys, and what's going on with Mary?
We're going to on a lap, hopefully, with Champ Jackson as we come out of the last turn here at Watkins, Glen. He's not on the top, so Tony Gleason, his teammate, is. So at the 200 mark, you get on the brakes. Sorry, you tuck it in. You can't go wide anymore here. Can't go wide. You can only use the red and yellow rumble strip. Where's he gone?
That is quali over by the looks of it.
Oh, it is. Blimey, that went super fast.
Certainly did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it bit him.
What happened there? But
right, we're going to go quick here then, haven't we? Because we're gridding.
Yeah.
Your pole man is Tony Kloosterman.
Boo.
Did you just boo Tony Kloosterman?
No. I've got Tourette's.
Tony Kloosterman is your pole man for NQR. You're on second place is Chris Jackson, Mary Jackson, Car 1, whatever you want to call him, for NQR North America as well. So a lockout for that team. In fact, Greg Carr is in third for NQR North America. So they've got the first 3 positions, Clyde. That's obscene. Kenzie Niewoff in fourth for Racing Forces. Dan Dracier in fifth. How do you say their team name? Any idea? Zekerel?
Get on with it.
All right. Ryan James in sixth for Racing Forces. Seventh is Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Vincent Skilbeck in eighth for Wheelie Bins. Mayhem Republic. Ninth is Adam Wright behind his teammate for BSTV Esports Green. Marco Loert for VTS Esports goes off 10th. 11th is William Blackwell, forgotten his last name, Chambers. Thank you, for Racing Forces. Nikolai Bogatari for NQR Europe in 12th. And then Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports in 13th. And Woodward for NQR Europe in 14th. Miro Hraski in 15th for... Is he still with PCS? Yeah. 16th is Andrew Hoffman for... is that Pecky's Performance Racing? He's changed his team name. 17th is Jason Haddington for RWC Racing. Jason Wilson for Team Chimera goes off 18th. 19th...
Jamie.
What did I say? Jason again?
Yep.
Oh my God. That's like... How many years?
Walking.
How many years?
Look, we're going green. We're going green.
All right.
We're off. A lot of wheel spin back in the pack.
Just to clear out that's Duncan Cope, Ivan Bowman's, and I'm not racing, so there you go.
Okay, everybody looks like they got around turn 1 clean. Jackson under pressure. It's Kenzie Neuoff. Ooh, that's Nikolai.
Get a bit tense in there.
Stefan Goebel.
That's save of the century right there.
Drift King of the Night. So
That was madness.
Jackson down to 4th.
Oh, he's been pushed back. Kenzie, get in there.
Now he's got Brian James all over him as well.
I told you, these new guys, we don't know much about them. They look quite racy, quite.
Oh, somebody else was struggling there.
Yeah, we're coming out the toe here, and you can get a lot of drive in these cars because the camber's with you. Who's that in the BSTV colours just there? Is that Adam?
Didn't quite catch. Tony Kloosterman is getting away a little bit up the front.
He's losing it in the penultimate corner, so he's back in the clutches of his own teammate. Yeah, there's Adam Wright. He's got a full sniff of Vincent's. Oh, hang on. Oh, Andrew Hoffman. He's got himself in a spin at the top end of the boot. Exit the boot here. What's he tried to do? Cold tight. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Ivan.
Yeah, and then I think he got a punt from behind.
That's very bad luck from Andrew. For Andrew, rather.
Jamie Wilson putting some pressure on Duncan Cope.
Seen that. This is Dan Tracy chasing down Adam Wright. There's a wheelie bin just in front of them. That's a good. Was that an overtake there? I think that was.
Oh.
Marco Lowe. Wow! What are you doing, boys? Jamie Wilson
bounced off the curb, didn't he?
Yeah, that was like the Honda Civic in the TCR. Got a real rear end bounce going on. Here we are with Kenzie, trying to chase down these top two. He's done a great job so far. A bit wriggly.
I think Chris Jackson has got right side damage.
What? Oh, we've got to see that. Can we get a camera on that, Sam? Oh, you can see there's too much right hand tyre showing, isn't there? Absolutely right, Clyde. Good eyes.
Clean.
Good eyes.
See it now.
Here we go. Oh, that's lots. That's lots. That must have been a turn 1 effort, that, I reckon. This is Blackwell Chambers. There's a lot of slide in that NQR car behind. But the NQR setup is quite tail happy, isn't it? That's usually the way they go.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that they all use the same setup, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think out of all of them, Chris Jackson probably, I don't know, likes it the loosest.
Oh, do you see Dan get near the wall then?
It's very hard in getting near the wall.
Yeah, apart from what I do. Whoa! Oh, where's he going? Marco, it's this way, mate. It's this way. There you go.
Marco Dodgy Hips Lewert.
And Kenzie's still in here. He's still in here and he's caught Greg Carr. His teammate's only 2 cars behind, can you see?
Yeah, we see, when Kenzie joined the league, he was quick, straight off the back of the trailer, but he certainly got quicker, didn't he, as the season went on.
Tell you what, this Dan Dracier guy is quick.
Well, Adam Wright has got the widest Ford Mustang in the world at the moment.
Yeah, he does.
In the world.
Clarkson's in the building, folks.
John Cannizaro said that he was out shopping for lady things and missed the race.
So there's
or did I just make that up?
I think you embellished what he actually said. Only slightly, though.
I actually said what he wouldn't type.
Yes, exactly right, yeah. Hang on, there's a bit of a going around the outside Chris Jackson moment here.
Yeah, that's Chris and Kenzie. I think. Did he get it done?
I think he must have.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. That's an overtake extraordinaire. Now, Dan Dracier,
He's gone past Adam Brady, hasn't he?
he has, but he's dropped 4 positions since the race start, according to my screen. So he must have got mugged on the first lap, and now he's having to fight back.
I've got 3.
Yeah, he's just taken that one back though, hasn't he?
There's some bloke called Peter Bingham who's last at the moment.
Well, nothing new there. So NQR, top 3 positions. Racing Forces, next 2 positions, and that's your top 5.
Yeah, and we are 6.5 minutes into this 30-minute race. And don't forget, apart from those that get damage, these cars do have enough fuel to finish this 30-minute race.
Unless they meet unfortunate ends, of course, and they need to pit. You do get a fast repair in this particular league. You only get the 1 though. And also, you only get 15 incident points. I think Clyde may have mentioned this before. So you get 15 off tracks, which gets you 1. Collision with the furniture around the track gets you 2 incident points. Collision with another vehicle gets you 4, and this is pretty tasty now. If he holds that and stays in the tow, he's going to overhaul whoever that is in the NQR car.
Well, Chris Jackson opened the door, didn't he, to Greg Clark, and Kenton Buoff just went with him.
But now he's getting mobbed by these Racing Forces car, and I think he's going to actually get away with this. Oh, he whacked his tail big time. Those 2 Mustangs right behind him want a bit of this. If they do the cutback now, they could get a real charge on. Oh, that was contact. It's only a little bit, it was just a nudge. I think Hoff's decided he's had enough. He's left the session.
He certainly has.
Yeah, in the chat he said, I'm done with it. He had very good pace, according to what he was saying in Discord earlier. Not worked out for his race, and I think it's odd that he's not going to come back for the hour race, though. Maybe he will.
Yeah.
Maybe he will. Hopefully Andrew Hoffman will return for the feature race.
Ooh.
I mean, crikey, that's nearly 3 wide going
That
through
was
a corner.
Ryan James, back end of his car stepped out.
Yeah.
Tyler Newitt is trying to get past him. Vincent Skilbeck is trying to go with Tyler. Side by side there.
Oh,
what happened to
heavy
Vincent?
That was Dan Dracier.
I need to see that again. I didn't see any contact with Vincent.
With Vincent, I did.
Let's have a look.
So they pile into turn 1 here. Vincent nudges.
No, I think you'll find Vincent was already going round. And then Dan Dracier just helped him out.
Really?
Can we see it from overhead and in slow-mo?
Yeah, let's do an analysis on this. There's a lot going on at the front, but we can catch up in a minute. Kenzie is putting a lot of pressure on Greg Carr. Let's see if we can get oh no, dear! Sorry, I'm getting a bit too involved in this, I think. So yeah. Wow.
That's what you have to do on this track.
Oh, it's V8s. The V8s are brilliant, aren't they? I love them. Is that Jamie Wilson?
That is.
Yeah, he's done Jason Addington. Pushed him out to the outside of the toe. Sam got the replay.
Right,
yeah, he has. There we go. Right. Okay. Okay.
Right. So
I see Kenzie getting into the back of that's Tyler, right?
Watch. Just watch the back end of Vincent's car.
Yeah. So he's in, but has he nudged him? I don't know. Right.
Perhaps not.
I think
Perhaps
there's
not.
contact
Yeah,
there.
perhaps that was a slight
Now
contact.
this will be weird. Now, we stopped. Damn it! So his car takes the most bizarre physics jump in the world, but never mind. That's Kenzie taking a position. That's third place.
Yeah.
Third place over Greg Carr.
Chris Jackson and Tony Clouston have disappeared.
Yeah, they've checked out. They're only within 3/10 of one another, but they're off down the road. Dan Dracier is now got the tractor beam out on that Woodward. Surely he's going to pop out here at some point. No? Isn't that weird, Clyde? He's got no damage at the front of his car.
Yeah.
How can he have no damage?
Perhaps he carries a hammer in the glove box.
Well, I know I do, but that's for a different reason.
Vincent Skilbeck has had to pit.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? He had to pit because of that. So how has Dan Dracier got no damage?
And Woodward.
Look at that car, it's immaculate. What is going on?
Doesn't seem to be anything, does it? It would have been on that left front corner, if anything.
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong, you know.
I'm never wrong.
Well, you are, but on this occasion, I don't think you're wrong.
There's some weird things going on.
But for those of you that can't hear it, Sam is laughing his head off in the background.
So, a couple of things I've noticed.
Go on. Here we go.
So, Andrew Hoffman...
Get your notebooks out, folks.
Andrew Hoffman is not winning. Okay? That was predicted that he was going to win everything. And Woodward hasn't had a drive-through yet. Now, he's the incident king.
He is.
And the weirdest one of all, Jason Haddington didn't spin on the first lap.
Hey, go on, Jason.
What is going on?
I raced with Jason a lot in officials, and you're right.
Are we in a parallel universe tonight?
Maybe. You're still not entirely right, but I'm not going to tell you why. So this is, what's that? Is that like fifth backwards or something? No, third backwards, that is. That you're looking at right there?
Yeah. So Ryan, who we're focused on, is sixth.
Yes. And he's now back in his start position. So Tyler, who is in front of him, is up 2 positions from his start. So that's really good for BSTV eSports Green. I'll try and put my teeth back in and I can speak normally.
Yeah, and Woodward is the biggest climber, up 6 positions from the start.
That is good. That's excellent.
And we're nearly...
Ooh! Oh, I didn't like that.
Nearly halfway through this race.
Jamie Wilson doing a proper move on Marco Lewert there. Marco's got damage though.
As I was saying, you have to do that on this track, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got to put your car, sometimes you've got to take that risk and put your car in a position that you don't really want to be in, but you're giving the car that you're trying to overtake a bigger decision to make.
Yeah, and key for anybody watching and wants to know racecraft, on that previous corner, Jason Wilson went further to the right before he took the top end of the boot, and he
so did Jamie Wilson.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
You are a dead man walking. Just wait till the interviews.
Oh dear, this is going to be terrible. Anyway, he took a wider line, Jamie. Oh! How did he not crash?
That was Greg Carr, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was. How did he not crash? Was that Adam?
I didn't actually catch the contact. I was looking at the...
Oh, it's still going on. We're in an outer loop here, or a carousel, or whatever you want to call it, but oh my god, that was utter competitiveness. So anyway, Jamie took a much more wide sweeping turn. Here we go. There's a replay of what we've just experienced. What was this? He's gone. He's dived through. Whoa! What is that?
Greg took some curb, didn't he?
He did.
I don't know why he's flashing his lights, because
That was
for
fair.
me, he moved over. I'd like to
yeah.
see it from above, but it looked like he moved into a space that was already being filled by a car.
Yeah, I don't think we need to see it from above. It was fairly self-explanatory. Here we go, though. The race director is going to show us what happened. For
Right,
your
so
viewing pleasure.
watch Greg get on the curb,
Greg is the car currently second in your
and
shot.
now he moves right.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Great, more of a racing incident than when I've looked at it now. I think Ryan probably went into a gap that was always going to close, and I think possibly Greg didn't have to close it, seeing how quickly Ryan was about to fill it. But
Yeah. There's Miro there doing an overtake on William Blackwell Chambers. He's going to get mugged here. Oh, well, no, he's taking the utter defensive line through, ready for the bus stop. Oh, ooh! Sorry. Oh, he's had to go proper wide. I don't think he'll have picked up an off track for that.
you can, as we've just seen, you can go through the bus stop too wide. The trouble is, you bounce off of
Well,
them
who's that?
curbs.
Who's that?
That's Greg Carr again.
Oh, now he's dropped
What's-
right down.
What's happened there? He's down to 9th. Teammate and Woodward behind him.
I think he's on his own with this. He's got damage already. Locked up.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, not good. And what you'll back me up on this, Clyde. Once you get damage on these V8s, it's really, really difficult to drive with it.
No, I think it makes them easier to drive.
Because you're going
You
slower.
can't go as fast.
That's funny.
One of the truck races we've done this season, I had a lot of damage, and I just went flat out round the track. That was great.
Oh, that's class. So, your race leader, believe it or not, we're not seeing him at all, is Tony Klusterman for NQR North America. He's half a second ahead of Chris Jackson for NQR North America. And then you've got 3.5 seconds to Kenzie Newolf, who seems to be a bit on his own at the minute.
Yeah, Chris Jackson has took a second and a half out of Tony Klusterman.
Good, what are these guys doing? So, anybody watching, if you're worried that V8s aren't exciting, this should hopefully allay your fears. Where's he going?
Nikolai's took the shortcut. Oh,
What? Oh no!
you know that
That's
is.
Dan Tracy, yeah?
No, and Woodward was there.
And Dan is, definitely. Nikolai's threading the needle. What's going on here? So Nikolai... Oh no, Nikolai goes with him. No, he goes over the grass. Oh! That's painful.
And Woodward tried to get his incident count up.
Oh!
Did that result in another crash there?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear me.
Hoff on the chat says he'll be back. Message to
Right,
Hoff.
good.
You need to get back into this session, because
Yes.
otherwise you won't be back, because it's not split over 2 sessions anymore.
Yeah, rejoin. Come back to the feature race, please. Wild for Ivan on the back end there.
Is it me, or does Ivan look really scary? Like, you wouldn't want to meet him down a dark alley.
Always been the case, especially at Le Mans, if you remember.
Yeah, where he got his nickname, Ivan Batmans.
Yep, it was brilliant that. That's one of the funniest things that I've ever commentated on. These two are going at it here.
They will do. Tony does not want Chris to win.
You're on board at the minute with Champ Jackson, so we'll try and do the on board that I couldn't do before. So you're heading into what they call the shoot now. usually third gear. I can't remember, see what he's at. Oh no, he's in third gear. And you can get on the gas pretty early, but not in this car. And then this is the toe of the boot now. So you let it roll in, don't try and brake because there's no point. And then get on the gas, and see how wriggly the car is. It's absolutely terrifying. Fourth gear up to fifth. Yeah, he's having a silly look. I mean, Tony will be wise to that. So you're into the heel of the boot now. Now you can take all of that tarmac on the left, on the other side of that white line. You can take it all. It's not an off track. And then you cut into here, second gear, no, third gear in the V8. Fire it towards the penultimate turn. Get into the curb here, and in that rumble strip. Out wide, you can take a lot of the tarmac on the right hand side there as well these days. And then back in, and you see that blue? That's reduced the amount of room you've got on the track now, so you can't run nearly as wide. So you've got to be very careful. Into turn one here, take a lot of the curb. You can't run wide, you can't go onto the tarmac like I said before. You can only do the rumble strip, and then you're firing yourself through the S's here, up the hill. You've got loads and loads of draft here in most cars. Let's see what happens with Chris heading towards the bus stop. Tony goes defensive. Chris has got loads of overspeed in his Holden. That's a Mustang that you're racing against. Take loads of curb all the way through. Oh, Jesus! Oh, what was that? You're in the carousel or outer loop, depending on who you are and whether you're a purist or not. Back on the gas. Chris has lost ground here to Tony. And then you're back into the chute again. It's a very technical track. It's very fast. And Clyde was right before. Overtaking opportunities are very hard to come by. And you saw a car, Kenzie, going sideways, as was Tyler just then, out of the chute. Excuse me.
Nikolai and Dan Dracier having a fight here. Evening to Stacey and Evie on the chat. Obviously tuning in to watch Kamikaze Woodward.
I'm going wild, yeah, that's Team Woodward on the chat. Welcome.
So that, interestingly, the Tony-Chris battle is allowing Kenzie to zone in on them. It's under 2 seconds now.
Yeah.
However,
Ooh,
we've
yeah.
only got 6.5 minutes left in this sprint race.
Yeah, look at that. Kenzie's got the tractor beam out on Chris, but these two NQR boys, they're in different cars obviously, but as we already know, the setups are identical. What I mean by that is the two cars, the setup changes can be interchanged between the cars. It doesn't make any difference.
Tony Kloosterman currently sits on the
Chris, look at Chris.
fastest lap.
He's absolutely in the toe now.
Yeah, Tony's just going to come out of there on that right-hand side every single lap.
Yep. He's close now, though, going through the outer loop. This could go right to the wire. Kenzie looking a bit wild behind.
Bigham there.
What was that? I was busy typing.
Did you not see him disappear?
No. Did he zone out for a bit? Did he? Oh, we got inset picture for Jamie Wilson. I said Jamie that time.
Yeah, 1 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
How close can Kenzie get to them two?
Look at how close Jamie can get.
Dan Dracier.
Oh, Dan's gone well wide.
Yeah. Dan's got to pay to get back in.
But his name is on the list apparently because he's back. Oh, he's had to tuck in. So Dan getting a bit of a lesson in racecraft here, I think, because he's 7 places back from his qualifying. I tell you, Miro Hraski, are you getting him 7 positions up?
Yep.
I mean, that is good stuff. Oh, hang on. This is
Stefan Goebel and Ant Woodward.
Yeah, Ant's got quite a lot of damage, and Stefan's got none that I can see anyway. My meme is sorry, go on.
To JB Deju on the chat, and also Vum Ong. I have no idea what that means.
There's a few of them at the beginning of the chat. I don't know what they are. So yeah, good evening, JB. Why are you not driving V8s?
So, what have we got? 3 minutes.
Yeah, yep.
Kenzie's got that gap down to 1.3, so he might start getting some toe. It might let him close in a bit quicker. It might mean that he's behind them on the last lap.
What's this going on here? This is Vincent Skilbeck and Duncan. Oh, hang on. Ant Woodward in a VTS sandwich. I think there's something going on here, so I reckon Adam's going to try and put a move on Tyler, and he's doing it. And exactly where I expected him to, and where I was saying the only real on. Ooh, hang on.
Oh!
Whoa!
There's no defense.
Come on! Oh, he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall!
Emerson was like, no, 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 no. You are not winning this, Mr. Jackson.
Dear. And Kenzie's through! Kenzie's through! Tony was having none of that, was he?
At least one more lap.
None of that. He shut the door, absolutely slammed it in his face. That was brilliant. Here comes Dandracia. Is that Nikolai?
It is.
I don't get Nikolai without, you know, the paint scheme he's had for years.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh, what's going on here? Miro has done a fantastic job in this race. Yeah, that's Nikolai in front of Dandracia. You're on board with Dandracia now. You're on his front bumper.
So I've said to Nikolai for a couple of years, you need to be in a team. You know, that will improve on your improvements. And he
That's
kept
a good
saying,
point.
no, I'm better on my own. No, don't want any teammates. Tony says, come and join us. Boom, he's gone.
He's never been in a team, has he?
No.
Until now. I didn't realise until you started saying that. Oh, look at this.
Okay, so this is the white flag lap for the leaders.
So this is William, Blackwell, Chambers, and Miro, sorry. But look who's behind him, Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, Jamie has stealthed his way up, hasn't he? He's the biggest mover now, up 8 places from his starting position.
And Kenzie is on Tony. This is for the race lead. Oh, no! No! And Woodward.
And he's like, nobody is getting more incidents than me. That's not on. So, is there anywhere that Kenzie can put a move on Tony?
Oh, look at it. 3 wide into the bus stop here. Oh no, 2 wide.
Whoa!
Nikolai!
I think Nikolai chose the wrong team with Ant. Just saying,
Yeah.
Nikolai, you choose the wrong one.
Oh dear. So anybody watching, if you're not inspired to join this league, please tell me why. That's brilliant.
It's like Tony Kloosterman is going to hang on, barring any mistakes.
Oh, look how the cars are dancing at the back. It's just brilliant, this. Whoa, he's sideways. Oh, and again. Did you see that? He drifted around the last corner, Kenzie.
So Tony Kloosterman
Oh,
takes
word.
away the sprint race win on Media Day.
It's not
With
over. Look at this.
Kenzie Newhoff second and Chris Jackson in third.
Sorry, I'm just making noises now. Jamie Wilson, what are you doing? Dear me.
Oh, Pete's having that much fun, he's dead.
Yeah, nearly. Good grief. Right to the wires. Will Blackwell Chambers gets it home in 10th. Oh, that was a tag. And he's pitted. Oh, and Woodward. Where's Team Woodward? What have you got to say to that, girls?
Okay, so that's the end of that one. Anyway, I do believe there is a 10-minute warm-up.
Good.
I also do believe that the top 10 are reversed, which is going to put, I believe, William Blackwell Chambers on pole for the feature race.
Awesome stuff. What's that? Vincent Skilbeck. He looks wrecked. Look at the state of his car.
Yeah, but he's already been in the pits once
I know.
to repair that car.
Oh dear. That was brilliant. Oh, V8s, I've missed you.
So, let's wait for the session to click over and then we can bring you your official result. So, taking home the win was Tony Kloosterman for NQR North America. Second was Kenzie Newhoff for Racing Forces. Third was Champ Jackson for NQR North America. And then we had the teammates in BSTV Esports Green of Adam Wright and Tyler Newitt in 4th and 5th respectively. Ryan James came home 6th, Greg Carr 7th, Miro Hrasky in 8th, Dan Dracia in 9th, William Blackwell Chambers in 10th, Jamie Wilson 11th, Marco Lowert came home 12th, Stefan Goebel 13th, Nikolai Bogotyrev 14th, Jason Haddington 15th, Ivan Bowman's 16th, Vincent Skilbeck in 17th, Duncan Cope in 18th, Ant Woodward in 19th, and Andrew Hoffman in 20th. So, Pete, absolutely fantastic race. Lots of battling, not just between teams, but also between teammates.
That was crazy. And this is why, folks, we do this sprint feature. Sorry, watching Tyler getting sideways there. This is why we do the sprint feature. The sprint is all about get to the front. Just get to the front. Doesn't matter what you do, almost, as long as it's within the racing rules and the limits. And we saw it right there. This might be a different scenario when we go into the feature race, but because it's got that reverse grid, we're going to see just as much competitive racing in a different way. One thing to note, Andrew Hoffman has reconnected to the server, so he's going to be here for the feature race, which makes up our numbers. And yeah, brilliant racing at the start, very, very entertaining, and this is what V8s bring you. So if you're watching and you want part of this, and you think it's exciting, be part of it. Why not?
Yeah, most definitely. Plenty of space on the grid. Plenty of help throughout the league for those of you wanting to try the car. Advice that I always give to people is the first time you drive it, you will go, this car is broken, it's rubbish, I can't get this round the track.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've just seen that people can get it round the track, and people can get it round the track rapidly. It just takes seat time and patience, something that I have got neither of.
No, but Clyde, one of our first races in the V8s was at Mid-Ohio, which is quite a technical track, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot. You got a lot of undulation there, and the car goes light, and it loses its traction, and there's some turns where you plough them, and you've just got to be very patient and with the gas pedal and with yourself, because it's easy to say, do you know what? I just can't do this. And all the people that you see in this session, with the exception of just a few, will have done exactly that. They'll have got in the car and they'll have said, I can't do this. The car is undrivable. Be persistent. Listen to the guys around you and in the community of V8ESC, and they'll help you get the skills you need to drive it. And Ivan's showing it right here. Look at what he's doing here.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll point out three names. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Miro Hraski, Ivan Bauman's, Nikolai Bogotyrev. Now, I remember when all three of those drivers started in this league, and they were shocking. But all three of them have stuck with it. They've asked for help when needed, got help, been patient, give the car seat time, and now look at them. You know, they are mid-pack plus now, and that's in a big field.
Yeah, absolutely that. I used to love driving this car, not because I was good at it, but because it was such a challenge to try and do a competitive lap. And I never did achieve my goals. I had some, I had, if you remember, Clyde, I had one really good result against Nicole Foggy. I came second to him.
Yes.
Yeah, at Barber. And I don't remember who it was. I think it was Johnny Brandon. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's quite violent. Anyway, it was Johnny Brandon, I think, that said, yeah, but you didn't have any setup. And I was like, well, that's just like popped my bubble right there. But
yeah, and he only had three wheels on his car, and he was blinded in one eye and had broken both of his arms.
Yeah, all of that. But I was absolutely chuffed that I couldn't second that race. That was fantastic for me.
Yeah, you know, you're right what you're saying, and to me, it's not even doing a competitive lap; it's doing a lap.
You see it? Yeah.
My goal used to be to drive the whole race clean.
I remember you and me saying, right, let's go out and let's just try and do a zero incident race. Yeah, it's class.
And you know, there are going to be accidents in this car. You are going to pick up positions by doing that. It's just the nature of the beast. Right, I'll tell you what, let's have a look. So, we follow the official iRacing schedule, but obviously that races every week. We race once a fortnight. So, at the moment, our schedule isn't complete. But what a opening race night, Pete. Knock Hill. It's going to be mental.
It's going to be absolute pandemonium. I've raced it in the TCR, and the off tracks are obscene. The curbs are unforgiving, and I think that's about how you sum up that track.
Yeah. So you know, after two races at Knock Hill, you walk away. You've
Bruised.
probably only got 3 wheels left on your wagon and it needs a total rebuild. And you say, right, where are we off to next? And the answer is Belle Isle.
Right, so I've not got any car left now. I've knocked all of the panels off my car on the concrete that surrounds me. Right, carry on.
After that, things do get a little easier. So our first endurance round comes from Montreal, a track that I fully enjoy.
Yeah, but you've got plenty of places there to die, right?
You can still die, don't get me wrong, but you know, after the openers of Knock Hill and Belle Isle, I think what would be worse after that? Chicago Street Circuit, Tsukuba maybe. But yeah, so you know they eased it off with Montreal. And then the only other rounds that we know about, which are 6 and 7, back to sprint feature from Nürburgring, which is the BSWEC layout, which isn't too bad.
Which one's that one?
That we've raced it a lot.
Oh right, okay. So it's one that I'm used to then.
I'm just trying to refresh my memory.
Yeah,
It's the one with it's the full GP circuit with the chicanes, the easiest chicanes, not the type.
Oh right, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that's not such a bad track then.
It's that one can be enjoyable.
Yeah.
BSWEC, I'm just having a look at it now. Yeah, like Sam says, it is very, very similar to the Grand Prix circuit.
Right. Okay. Just for the viewers at home, when anybody says Nürburgring, I'm driving the Nürburgring. Just check with them, will you? Because there's about 6 million different versions of what that person is telling you that they're driving.
Right, where are we? We are actually coming up to
Yeah, nearly there.
The warm-up session. Now we put this warm-up session in so people will have a chance to go for a number 2 if required. Grab themselves another beer. Do whatever they need to do between races. And prepare themselves for this 60-minute race that's coming up. Don't forget, fuel is limited. You will see people taking pit stops for fuel, and you will probably also see people doing drive-throughs for being naughty.
Yeah. Only 15 incidents allowed. Oh, here we go. So your pole man for race, it's race 2. It's a feature race for Media Day. Is William Blackwell Chambers for Racing Forces. He's your pole man. Dan Dracier goes off 2nd for Zekarul Esports. 3rd is Miro Hraski for PCS. Greg Carr goes off 4th for NQR North America. Ryan James off 5th for Racing Forces. Tyler Newitt goes off 6th for BSTV Esports Green. Adam Wright goes off 7th for BSTV Esports Green. Chris Jackson, 8th for NQR North America. That'll be interesting. As will this. 9th is Kenzie Newolf for Racing Forces. Tony Klusterman off 10th for NQR North America. 11th will be Jamie Wilson. I'm just trying to chase my screen now. For Team Chimera. 12th is Marco Loert for VTS Esports. Alongside his teammate Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports. 14th will be Nikolai Bogotyrev for NQR Europe. Jason Haddington goes off 15th for RWC Racing. Ivan Bowmans goes off 16th for Track Velocity. 17th is Vincent Skilbeck, well out of position, so watch this one, for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Duncan Cope 18th. 19th is Anne Woodward. 20th is Andrew Hoffman. And I'm not racing.
Hey!
I'm guessing that was a response to me not racing.
I did have to add a minute to the gridding because you were so slow, but the lights are coming on. And we are green.
Are we going 3 wide? We are, aren't we? Oh, 2 now. Into turn 1. Miro having to drop in behind Dan Dracier, I think, with Greg Carr in 3rd. Nikolai has gone wide. Sorry, no, it's not, is it? It's Miro that's gone wide. So, 100 wide into the bus stop. Oh, there's a lot of racing forces cars right there. Oh, good grief. I have to
Somebody was
say,
in the wall then, it was the pace truck. Evening to Johnny Brandon on the chat.
oh, hello, Johnny. Why are you not racing?
It's too slow.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, look out, teammates there.
Yeah, that's the racing forces, boys. Then Chris Jackson, car 1, has interposed himself there. As has Adam Wright. He's threaded the needle behind him, actually.
Tony Clouston putting a move on William Blackwell Chambers there, who was our pole sitter, no doubt in 10th.
Lots going on round about William Blackwell Chambers. Absolutely.
Points to note, Ant Woodward hasn't killed anybody yet.
Emphasis
Jason
on yet.
Hamilton hasn't spun yet.
Ooh. Oh, no. Is that Stefan? That's Marco.
I thought he was going to get away with that.
I did. Oh, both of them are in the pits. Both VTS cars entered the pits. I don't get it.
I don't think Marco did he? I think he managed to stay out.
Really? No, I'm sure both of them went in. No, you're right. Marco managed to not get in the pits.
Why are you so surprised that I'm right?
Because you really get things wrong quite a lot.
How many times do I have to tell you I am always right? Talking about right.
Dear me. Oh,
Was Adam right?
it was, and he's got an angry bit of right foot going on there.
Right, calm down, boys.
Yeah.
57 minutes to go. So Tony Clouston, interestingly, is behind Chris Jackson.
Hang on, what's this? Oh, race start, is this?
Oh, that'll be why.
Yeah, that's probably why he's being through the bits to come double. Jump to start.
So why did Marco end up pointing towards the pit lane entry?
So Tyler Newitt sat in 4th with the hard-charging Kenzie Newhoff in 5th.
Yeah, Kenzie's teammate Brian James is in 4th. Third.
Yeah.
That's is that a dangerous re-entry?
Contact there.
I don't know. Look at this though. His teammate avoids him. That's why I thought they both went, and they were both sat in pit road entry.
It looked like the.
No, it's the slide.
Yes, there was.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
If you look at the Racing Forces car, you'll see some damage appear and then disappear.
Oh, right. Have we got some solid air going on?
What's happened to Tony? Why is Tony now behind Miro?
That's exactly what I was trying to figure out right there.
It's
Or
what
did
Miro
Miro-
is now in 7th position.
Miro's
Chris went
dropping
through,
backwards. Yeah.
which is normal, you know. He's got all the
okay.
fast guys behind him.
Yeah. Adam Wright has dropped 9 places since race start.
Yeah, that'll be something to do with that spin.
Yeah, definitely. Marco and Stefan, the VTS train, have dropped to the back of the field nearly. Oh, no! Tony Clouston. Right, we need a replay of that. definitely. Safely rejoins, but very, very sad. Right, here we go. Solid air. That's
right.
net code.
No, I think
No?
that was on Miro.
Alright.
I think Miro using that curb just drifted out there.
Alright. I thought there was air between them. Oh, look at that. Miro doing a great job. Oh!
Who was that? Was that Greg Carr?
That's Greg, I think.
Yeah, no, Ant. It's Ant.
No, it's Greg. It's
No.
Greg.
Is it?
Greg
Yeah, it was
parked
Greg.
at the bus stop.
I saw him disappear when he was alongside Chris before
right,
the bus stop,
okay.
and I think he pulled out on the right just to get
Yeah. Cool.
out of the
Cheers,
way.
Sam. What? Oh, you can't reverse, mate. Oh, God, his car's behaving very strange.
All that power on the grass.
Yeah.
Didn't quite see what happened to him.
No, we got the aftermath, didn't we?
There we go.
Around the outer loop, or carousel, or whatever you want to call it, and then under braking, maybe? Yeah.
Too much speed, found the grass.
Too late
Dragged him
onto the
into the
brakes.
wall.
Yeah. Okay. So, for your summary, Dan Dracier leads this race by 2 seconds. Second is Ryan James for Racing Forces. Tyler Newitt for BSTV Sports Green is in third. Kenzie Niewoff is in fourth for Racing Forces. And then Chris Jackson rounds out your top 5 for NQR North America.
Ivan has pitted. He's obviously got a bit more damage on that car than what the visuals was telling us.
Yeah, he's only just in though, isn't he? There we go.
So this is Marco Lewert and Duncan Cope. Marco already carrying that damage.
Yeah. Marco very wide there into the outer loop.
Yeah, but then you are on the inside for the next turn.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how late you get into there because you can get on the gas quite early because the camber's with you.
Tyler Newitt is in a Racing Forces sandwich.
Yeah. And he's doing really well, isn't he? I mean, where did Adam go?
Well, Adam's working his way back up, isn't he, after that spin?
Oh, of course. Sorry. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
second time I've had to remind you, Pete.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for that. We'll try and skip over that. Who's that on the inside there with Miro and? Oh, is that Vincent?
That is.
Yeah. Making his way back through the field. 7 places. If we look a couple of places forward, we'll find Ant Woodward up 11 places. There he is. Jamie Wilson is his next target. Is Kenzie going so slow, Clyde? Slow down?
Yeah,
bus stop?
possibly.
William, Blackwell, Chambers. Oh!
That'll be right.
Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. So that's brake bias issue, isn't it? But you have to get onto the grass first, Sam.
Well, I think I saw it on the grass. I'm braking.
Oh, right. right, okay. In that case, I'll show up.
Yeah, that's I think best for the broadcast. Let's just watch it once again, just to make sure I'm not making mistakes. But
let's do that, shall we? Let's prove that Sam is right.
see, that's grass.
He's got like 1/10 of his tire.
That's true, but still, we saw the grass flying, so you know, images don't lie.
In the world of proving yourself right, Sam, you've won.
This is why I'm the race director.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, back to serious business now.
Oh, that's a dive, that's a send. Oh dear, he's made it work though.
Where is he?
Oh no, he hasn't. Look at the drive you get on the outside, Clyde. That's Greg Carr in the Simability car. Waiting to pick up the pieces.
That's Nikolai.
Is it? Oh, it is.
You having a good night tonight, are you, Pete?
No.
Richard Allsop says Sam Massey.
Why is Richard not racing?
Exactly, yeah, I was just about to say that.
Oh no! Oh dear. This is why I love V8s, it's brilliant.
Never a done deal, is it?
Now, where's Namela?
Oh, he's dead.
Is he dead? Yeah, is his knee killed him?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, here we go, that's a good overtake.
He's not even on the chat telling us that we're getting it all wrong.
No.
But Miro's found himself a nice little running battle there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's 6 places down from where he started, and that's not good.
Dropping down the field at the moment and then shooting back up again. I think he's having some internet issues.
Yeah, very likely. Tyler in 3rd, right on the back of Ryan James. Oh, Ryan James getting sideways.
Yeah, Tyler had a wiggle as well, just to help him out.
Yeah.
Chris Jackson is trying to home in. Look at this mess.
And Woodward trying to get back on terms with Jamie Wilson.
So Richard Allsop is having some work done on his house. That's why he's not racing, but he'll be back at some point. Vincent Skilbeck has made up 7 places from the starts. Not as many as Ant Woodward though, he's up 11.
Yeah, pretty impressive. He's duking it out with Jamie Wilson just a bit further ahead on your screen. Oh, and he's making a dive on the inside here for the bus stop. Now, it's good to be on that side because, I was going to say, it's great because you end up on the right hand side for the carousel and you can keep your foot in, but it all went a bit weird in the middle there.
I don't think Jamie Wilson wanted to go too wide through the bus stop. He's a
No.
very sensible driver.
He is, yeah.
Although I don't think he'll hesitate on giving it back to Ant if he gets a chance.
No, and Nikolai's at the back of this group, waiting to mop up anything he can do.
Jackson has just passed Tyler Newitt third.
Oh dear, who's that in front of Jamie?
It's Ant Woodward doing his damnedest to crash.
Oh dear. He's stayed ahead now.
Right, so this is Chris going past Tyler. Tyler's made a
Oh
mistake.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. It's Tyler going wild.
Tyler's that tenth of a tyre on the grass.
But the effect of that will last for a lap or more.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Jamie trying to get back on terms with Ant Woodward. Ooh. Good grief. You know when you see two cars and you think they're guaranteed to crash? That was Miro and Vincent. Oh, I thought Vincent was going to go for it then.
Frederick Van Eckhoven on the chat saying Racing Forces guys are doing great.
Yeah, they are.
Can't disagree with that.
Yeah, currently in second, fifth, and I'm sure there's a third one in there. What?
Sixth position, William Black.
Oh yeah, William Blackwell Chambers. Yeah. Like that.
So this is the battle for the lead. It's on.
It is now, yeah. And look who's just behind them. Just behind them. Car 1.
Whoa, is that Woodward using that wide line again?
Oh, Kenzie nearly getting pushed around the corner by Greg Carr. What? Or was it Vincent? It was
What race are
Vincent,
you
wasn't
watching?
it? The other one.
That's Vincent and Nikolai. Just nothing correct there.
Don't you need to go to work or something? Pete?
It's been a long day. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Nicola was hot in there.
Look at the you got Nikolai and Greg.
No, I
right
think that's
behind.
Tony and Chris.
Tyler's getting in the mix there as well.
A lot of damage on Greg Carr's right front.
Well, you can't just say Greg.
Ooh! This is on.
3-car battle for first place now, really. When he can. Oh, jeez!
Oh, and both
Wow.
struggling for grip.
Very
Ryan
much so.
James takes the lead.
I don't think Chris Jackson's going to wait too long.
20 minutes in. So on board with Chris Jackson in third position. He had to get on the brakes a lot harder than he wanted to then.
Yeah, the other car surprised him by how early it braked.
So this is Greg Carr, Adam Wright and Tony Kloosterman.
I would say all of these cars are out of position.
Yeah, well, they've all had trouble, haven't they, in this race?
Yeah. Dan Tracy trying to regain the lead of the race.
Pete, you say they are out of position, but are they really? Because look at the quality of the field.
Well, all right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. There's quality all the way through. You usually see Tony Kloosterman right at the pointy end. You'd see Adam Wright competing at least where Tyler is, and he's fourth. And then Greg Carr, he was so high up on the qualifying, you'd expect him to be in the top 5 at least. So these guys have got a long way to go to fight their way back to where, in my opinion, they should be, in inverted commas.
This battle's been going on for a while.
Oh, that's a good one. Miro.
Adam Wright peels up into the
Adam's gone to
pits.
Yeah. The first of our, mid-pack really to pit. None of the top ones have bothered yet.
I think Adam was probably felt he was being slowed down there. So probably a good call to come into the pits.
When you say we have to remember that whilst Marco Nemela isn't here, the Nemela effect is still present, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
So he's probably banking on the fact that he'll gain a huge amount from having new tyres and we'll just get his pit stop out of the way earlier, and he will leapfrog a number of cars because we've seen it before.
Oh, still not halfway through yet. Woodward's still hanging everything out.
Chris Jackson to the pits.
Interesting.
Well, it's an early call, and his teammate following him, Ant Woodward.
Yeah, and probably had to because I don't think he had any rear tyres left. Tony Kloosterman in as well, so
Same.
that could be an NQR call.
Yeah, the whole of NQR. Is that all of NQR?
No, you've still got Greg and Nikolai out there.
Yeah, so bit of a split strategy there from NQR.
That's probably the shared pit stop, to avoid the double stacking and so.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, well done.
Okay, you might not be that stupid. Okay, I get it.
No, he isn't.
No, I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
Whoa!
Cobalt wide there. I think Duncan, I don't know if he was pitting there. Yeah, he was. But Kenzie has caught this battle now. Kenzie and Tyler, in fact.
Dan
Chris
Tracy.
Jackson out of the way.
Yeah, Dan taking that uber wide line through that corner will not have got him an off track. Tyler to the pits.
Followed by Kenzie.
Kenzie.
Vincent putting pressure on Jamie Wilson.
Who's going to the pits?
Yeah. So this will shake things up a bit.
You sound like you're in the toilet now.
Sorry, it's because I've just leant backwards.
So, Ryan James is your provisional race leader, with Dan Dracier in second, William Blackwell Chambers in third. Excuse me.
Look, one lap. Chris Jackson is already in the S's when Tyler is just entering them. That's what you gain by pitting off.
Yeah. The Nemela effect taking absolute full effect right now.
Adam Wright in front of Jamie Wilson, which was second side of him.
And by quite a long way.
See Bob Woodhouse on the chat.
We'll be back shortly.
Oh, Sam, I think Chris Jackson is going to jump Ryan and Dan, isn't he?
Yeah, I do think so, yes. I think he will jump everybody, and really Ryan, Dan, William, if they want to still have a shot at the race win, they should pit right now. In fact, it might even be too late already. Because even if the tires will be better at the end, it's not going to be the same game. You will already have wear in your tires, and well, Chris is number one for something, you know.
Yeah, because we felt sorry for him.
Yeah, true.
So Bob Woodhouse says that there's a few new names racing tonight. Indeed, there is. Oh, Adam Wright. That's one way to use up your tyres quicker. We still wait for the top 7 cars to pit. Then we'll find out exactly what order people are in. Okay, race leader is in the pits, as is second place. So Ryan James and Dan Dracier in the pits. Who else comes in? William Blackwell Chambers comes in. Vincent Skilbeck is staying out. Greg Carr comes in. Miro Hrasky comes in. Jason Haddington stays out. And Chris Jackson has jumped. Actually, there's a big mix-up there now. Chris, Tyler and Kenzie. And Dan Dracier has jumped Ryan James, who had quite a long pit stop. So I don't know if he went too far and had to reverse up in his stall.
Miro leaving pit lane now. We'll be one of the last.
All change at the top.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what happened to Ryan. Did he have to reverse?
Is this just because he's had a longer pit stop?
Yeah, no, perhaps he just took an extra bit of fuel then.
More fuel. Maybe not everybody's taken all 4, but you would be mad not to. It's a lot of damage on that RWC car. Tony Klusterman giving plenty of pressure to Adam. Heading up from the toe to the heel. He may get this done with a relative ease, but Adam will have the racing line for the top of the boot. And into the penultimate turn, so this is going to go on for a bit longer.
Yeah, in the meantime, Jason Haddington has come into the pit, so it's only Vincent Skillback now.
Yeah, that wheelie bin is leading the race right now. And Tony Klusterman gets the job done. And a look in the background was William Blackwell Chambers, and then Nikolai Bogotyrev focuses in on Jason Wilson. Oh, Jamie Wilson. I wish I'd never worked with.
I'll tell you what,
Jason
I'll just
Wilson.
change his name to Jason so that you're right more than wrong.
If you could, that'd be great. Sam, for those of you that can't hear, Sam, our race director, is absolutely peeing himself laughing. Because this has been going on for years. This isn't recent. Nikolai putting loads of pressure on Jamie Wilson right now.
Okay, so Vincent Skillback comes into the pits at last. He's going to hand the lead to Chris Jackson.
It's weird that he's done that, Clyde, because we know what the undercut does in the V8. So why has he stayed out so long? Oh, wow, that was a good move.
We can only think that where Vincent is in the field, those new tyres with everybody else around him on warm tyres is going to do him the world of good.
You're right. That was William Blackwell Chambers pretty much trying to do a number on Anne Woodward, and he's done it now into turn 1.
Vincent has come out behind Tony Klusterman, but he has 5-lap newer tyres.
Yeah, and we know what the effect of good rubber can do around here, or on any track with a V8. It's a massive advantage.
Yeah, I think he's got to get it done within 2 or 3 laps though, because he's obviously going to be pushing it hard, which is obviously not going to help his tyre wear. So
no, it drives the heat in very quickly, and you only need to be over enthusiastic once, don't you?
yes.
Ooh, gee whiz. That's Duncan Cope, I think, trying to get out of the way. Ooh, that was Wrigley. Who was that? Was that Adam? No, sorry, Ant, sorry. This is Kenzie Newhoff in third place, setting off after Tyler. You can see Chris Jackson, car 1, Mary Jackson, whichever way you want to term it, in the distance there.
Yeah, I think just going back to Tony and Vincent, if Vincent can get past Tony, I don't think he's going any further.
How do you mean?
Well, the top 5 are away, shall we say.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's 11 seconds to Ryan James, isn't there?
Kenzie's all over Tyler now.
Yeah.
Oh, mistake there by Tyler.
Usual.
Oh, can Kenzie do anything about Chris Jackson? 4.5 second lead at the moment with 23 minutes to go.
That's a great move there from Vincent. Also cut back on Tony Klusterman.
He's got the tyres.
Sorry?
He's got the tyres.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you're utterly right. So, 5 laps. Sorry. If I put my teeth back in, I'll try that again. 5 laps difference in age between the two cars. Hooking the inside of the outer loop there into the chase here, into third gear. Try and get on the gas earlier than the car in front if you can.
On a short shift in there.
He kinda was. He was right on the bubble of it.
William Blackwell Chambers putting pressure on Adam Wright.
Racing Forces cars are going to be a feature at the front of these races, don't you, Glen?
Yes. We knew Kenzie was quick anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's certainly got a decent teammate there in Ryan James, hasn't he? And
Yeah.
William is also not a slow coach.
Clearly not. He's currently in 9th. It says he's 8 positions down, but that's only because we had a reverse grid. He's probably about where he should be, to be fair.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know anything
He'd
about
love
it.
this
so-
position off of Adam, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and he's got a lot of tow here heading towards the bus stop. He's
Close
popped
enough.
out early. That's odd. That's odd. We 20 minutes from the finish.
Kenzie not taking anything out of Chris Jackson at the moment.
And no, and Tyler has caught Kenzie. And as you can see, Adam has been caught by William Blackwell Chambers. that's Tony Klosterman running out of shot in the foreground.
The lead at the front has just popped over the 5-second mark.
That got out again.
Yeah, to me, the fact that Tyler is putting Kenzie under pressure means that he doesn't think he can catch Chris Jackson, so he's going to battle it out in second, rather than going with Kenzie and trying to haul in Chris Jackson.
Yep, good point. There's Jamie Wilson trying to get some sort of advantage on Nikolai. And, whoa, this is a bit weird. Oh, hang on. This is Kenzie and Tyler, isn't it? This is second place.
Tyler's got that done.
Yes, he has. So that's into the boot. We're coming up to the top of the boot now. Sorry, the heel of the boot, and we're in the top of the boot now. And Kenzie seems to have... Oh no, that's a great line actually. Right.
Both
Sorry,
getting
go
on lap 14, so there's no difference in tyres.
Kenzie driving his wheelie bin in the slipstream of the BSTV green car in front. Hey, what? Oh no, he's not. He's a Racing Forces car.
Whoa, that was a tank.
That was focusing. Apologies, I was thinking of Vincent before.
Yeah, this is Tyler getting the job done on Kenzie. Kenzie's run out wide.
Oh yeah, at the toe.
So it wasn't Tyler's skill. And Woodward back in the pits. Do you reckon that's a drive-through?
I have no idea. It may well. No, tyres involved there.
Jamie Wilson and Nikolai Bogatyrev. Or if you're in Pete's world, it's Tony Klosterman and Simon Trendle.
Because I keep getting everybody wrong because I've been awake for 1,000,000 hours.
Is he trying to get... Oh no, that isn't Kenzie, that's William.
It's not just me, folks.
I did it to make you feel better.
Yeah, of course you did. And
both Racing Forces cars have got pesky BSTV esports cars in front of them.
yeah, they do, don't they? Where's the third one?
The third one will be
Ryan.
Walker.
Ryan Walker. Ryan James. And he's in a little bubble of his own at the moment. I think he's about 10 seconds back from Dan Dracia and just ahead of Vincent. Jamie Wilson trying to catch up with Nikolai and doing a good job of it actually. He's chipping it away as he goes. This is
15
Kenzie.
minutes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry?
15 minutes left, just under.
Wow, that's moved on quick. Kenzie trying to get back on terms with Tyler. And in the distance there, you can see Dan Dracier. Not too far away, ready to pounce, I think. Almost the same shot. Different drivers though. William Blackwell Chambers with Adam right in front of him. In the distance behind you can see Nikolai and Jamie Wilson duking it out. Well, you could. There they are. Just coming around the last turn. Oh, that's close, isn't it?
Yeah, he's thrown everything at it, hasn't he, William? But hasn't had any success yet.
He's kind of only moved backwards in the feature race so far. He did very well in the sprint race we had earlier.
Yeah, he would have finished 10th, wouldn't he, in the sprint race, as he was on
yeah.
reverse grid pole for this one.
I thought Andrew Hoffman had rejoined to race this one.
Yeah, he did, but he's still having issues with his wheel or something.
Oh, right, I didn't see that. Bob Woodell says a few new names racing tonight. Yeah, we have, and that's really healthy for our league. And we hope that more people can join as a result of seeing what they see tonight.
Yeah, so league gets underway for real in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, we do. Knock Hill is our first destination, and the curves there are pretty brutal. Belle Isle is our second. Sorry, the Knock Hill is on the 22nd of January. Belle Isle is on the 5th of February, and as everybody knows, lots and lots of concrete there to stop your race quite quickly. And then our first endurance race is Montreal, and that'll be on February. Oh, hang on, what's that? What's that,
That
Clyde?
looked like a mistake from Tyler that has let Kenzie through and put Dan Dracier right on his tail.
Can we get? Oh, as I was saying it, our race director does it. And lovely replay. Oh, look at that!
Yeah, it was a snap over the curbs, wasn't there?
It really was, and he had to take to the countryside in order to get control back again. And yeah, Dan Dracier on him. Oh, hang on.
It's Greg Carr going past Jamie Wilson.
Through. Where is that? Couldn't see quite where it was. Greg Carr on the chat saying nice save, Jamie. Tony talking away as well, but I'm not sure what about. Whoa, is this the replay? It is, isn't it? It'd be good to have seen Jamie's on board at that point, but I don't think we're going to see that. Oh, wow, what's that?
That was a big snap, wasn't it, on the way in?
Yeah, was that another tyre off on the grass, or was that brake bias?
Didn't
Brake
see
bias.
Yeah.
Brake
On the
bias,
grass.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it was
yeah.
on the grass, Pete.
It was on the grass,
Of course
was it?
It was on the grass, yes. I don't think you get that much of an issue with brake bias. That the
well-
otherwise, it would brake well, we would have trouble breaking all the way through the race, and we haven't seen it. So.
True.
Oh,
but
that's grass as well.
Tyler getting well out of shape there in front of D'Andrea. You say that, but the tyre evolution these days and the way that the brakes affect the car, in other cars, the brake bias has a massive effect at the moment. So I don't know when the last time you got behind the wheel was, Sam, but it can have very weird reactions later in the race on worn tyres and hot tyres.
Last time wasn't that far ago.
Oh, okay.
I raced the 992.
And Tyler, a little bit out of shape going into the top of the boot.
Tyler's doing his best to throw this podium away.
He is, isn't he? Yeah, we shouldn't say that really, given the fact that it's BSTV, but he is trying to bin it as much as he can. And D'Andrea is on him like white on rice at the minute. You're going to get a cut back here, surely, and get alongside him before he gets to turn up the hill. No, not quite. Into the S's and still in the slipstream for D'Andrea here.
So what do we got? We got about just over 7 minutes to go.
Given that a lap is 1 minute 50, call it, or slightly less. What have we got? 2 minutes left, 2 laps left.
A bit more than that.
Bit more. Ooh, it was a bit a bit strange from Marcolo there, going into the bus stop.
This battle continues.
Yeah, we're midfield at the minute, 9th and 8th. Oh, hang on, we've jumped back to the front. This is D'Andrea, this is for 3rd place.
Looks like Tyler's got the drift set up on.
I think you're right, Sam. Oh, God, I thought he was going to drive straight into the back of his car. Oh, dear, camera angles and all sorts. Anyway, so yeah, back with William Blackwell, Chambers. And back with D'Andrea here again. Into the slipstream of Tyler Newitt. Not doing anything yet, Clyde. Is he waiting for the last lap?
No, I don't think he's waiting for the last lap. I think he's just waiting for himself to have the perfect lap.
Right. Okay.
You know, you can defend round this track, so it's not like a Daytona where if you're leading the last lap, you're not going to win.
You are the victim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll know all about over the next couple of weeks, because oh, hang on a minute. That's not a good.
No.
That's not a happy car, is it?
Ryan James has got. So Dan has made a mistake, hasn't he? Definitely.
Before this, though.
There it is.
Well, I think that's mistake number 2, because he was buried under the rear wing of Tyler Newitt before that. Here we go. Maybe not. Anyway. So, yeah, we've got a lot of Daytona coming up, haven't we, Clyde? We've got GT4 TCR. Then there's the Raw before the 24, which everybody will take part in. And then there's the 24 hours of Daytona coming up. You're not going to get to the States this year, I guess?
Yeah, I am at the moment.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's not off yet.
Oh, right, okay. Excellent. Marco Miro. Last turn here. Try and get into the toe of the car in front. You do get a bit of benefit over the short straight that is over the crest of this hill into turn 1.
So 3.5 minutes.
Everybody, well, both of these cars rather, balancing each other out in the lines and the way that they apply the gas. Marco not able to close in on Miro. Defensive line from Miro there into the bus stop. Didn't really need to do that because Marco was too far behind anyway.
The leader Chris Jackson will very shortly be starting the penultimate lap.
And he is only 6 seconds ahead, Clyde.
Yeah. I think that has been helped, or that was helped with the Kenzie-Tyler battle, wasn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. It does bode ill for what we saw of last season, where he dominated certain races. He's not dominated tonight, which is
It's the move.
Oh dear. Oh, that's excellent racing from both of them. So yeah, he's not dominated at Watkins Glen, which is a good sign. It means that...
Oh, Ivan in the background.
Woohoo! Oh, excellent. It means that the rest of the season is likely to be very competitive.
I think, yeah, if Chris Jackson gets the number of wins that he did last year, if he can get anywhere near it this year, he's doing very well, because I think the whole grid skill level has just gone up a notch. Looks like Miro's got a drive through.
Oh. Is he going to... Oh yeah, he's not going to box now, is he? He's well beyond his pit box. So yeah, drive through for Miro Hraski.
So that was probably a 4X with Marco then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Okay, Chris Jackson coming around the final corner to start the final lap.
Good camera. Not seen enough of that tonight, Sam.
Yeah, there's been too much battle going on with track.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
quite complicated to see properly the battles with the curve gamma, which is a shame, but it's good for racing.
Yeah, and for me to say the right names at the right times.
Just watch the right race at the right time.
Well, that would help, wouldn't it? Chris Jackson making his way into the toe of the boot now, out of the chute. Kind of just don't brake really through there too much. Very lightly, if anything. And then fire it out of the toe, up and over the crest of the hill, into the heel. Lots of braking here. Quite heavy initially, and then let it off, and then turn it in. And Chris Jackson will do a bit of sideways action up the hill here, into the top of the boot. Roll it through in third gear. power it towards the penultimate turn. You're just doing lift and a little bit of braking through here, and then back onto the gas. He's only got one turn to go, and that is Chris Jackson.
Kenzie Newhoff is going to come home second. Tyler Newitt third.
Ryan James finished fourth. Dan Dracia will cross the line in fifth. Yes, he's just done it.
And instead of William hounding Adam, he's being hounded by Nikolai, who's done him.
Like what you did there. There's a lot of donuts going on at the end of the first turn. Here they are. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Oh, this is a team effort.
I see, yes.
What's going on here, Clyde?
I have no idea. It's going to end in tears. There you go.
This is all a bit weird for me.
So I think the only donuts going on is Chris Jackson eating them.
Yeah. This is still going on here, by the way. So This is Jason Haddington desperately trying to get a number done on Miro.
He's forced his way up the inside.
No!
No! He can't get no traction.
Oh. He was so close. Good grief, my cold is kicking in big time. Big time.
He had it done there, but then just over-rotated. Slapper.
That was just on the gas just a fraction too early, Clyde.
But it was, yeah.
That's all it takes, though, isn't it?
Indeed. Well, so
Wow.
Another fantastic race. Let's bring up your official result. So, taking home the win in the feature race was Chris Jackson for NQR North America. In second, Kenzie Newhoff for Racing Forces. And in third, Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Ryan James came home fourth with Dan Dracia in fifth. Vincent Skilbeck sixth. Tony Klusterman in seventh. Adam Wright in eighth. And Nikolai Bogotyrev in ninth. Rounding out your top 10 is William Blackwell Chambers. Greg Carr came home 11th with Jamie Wilson in 12th. Marco Lewert 13th and Ed Woodward 14th. Miro Hraski in 15th. Jason Haddington in 16th. Stefan Goebel in 17th. Ivan Bowmans in 18th. And Duncan Cope in 19th. Whew. Take a breath.
Yeah. Lots going on in both those races, to be honest. The first sprint race was absolutely manic, really, wasn't it?
Again, we did say it is one of those tracks that does bring out manic racing sometimes.
Yeah.
So, manic racing. Let's talk about manic racing. Knock Hill next time out is going to be absolutely manic. So let's hope the guys enjoyed themselves in the nice, calm environment of Watkins Glen.
Yeah, well, they could do. It's certainly going to be an exciting league that we've launched now. Again, if you see something you like in the V8s and you want to drive these cars, then please join the league. There's plenty of help available between the drivers and in various different chat rooms on Discord. Please involve yourself. There's plenty of you watching right now, so if you're not used to these cars, you think it's too much for you, don't be put off. This is a car that can be modified into by the driver, and you just need to understand what from the other drivers what it is that makes it a drivable car. So please join us, and we'll get on with the interviews, Clyde.
Okay, so I'll let you kick off the interviews, Pete. Let's bring in our race winner from race 2 and third place finisher in race 1, Chris Jackson.
Good evening, Mary. How are you doing?
Evening, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Not bad, actually. So you've promoted yourself from car 11 to car 1 by way of the insignificant event of winning last season. You've won the feature the feature race for tonight, but third in the sprint race. So tell us about your night.
I wasn't sure how I'd do. I don't do too well here. This is, I think, Greg Carr's track, Tony's track. They do very well at the high speed stuff. And I haven't put much practice in, so I was just kind of seeing how I would do. Still using the same set from last year, and I guess it's working because it seems to hold on to the tires quite well.
Have they done any updates to the car or not?
I don't think so. I think it's still the same.
No. Yeah, I've not seen any. I just don't know. So, yeah, your setups for last season will be still relevant. You've got some new competition knocking about, haven't you? Dan Dracier, Ryan James, they've been at the point in the end. You've got Jason Haddington from GT4 TCR and a few others. It means that we've got quite a healthy field for this season, don't you think?
I definitely think so. There's a lot of pace here. I think somebody said we have nearly a 4KI rating average for the league, which is unbelievable. So I think this season's going to be very, very competitive. I'm excited.
Yeah, and because we've got so many new people, I think it might just trigger some enthusiasm into people that have never tried this car before. Have you got any messages for those people in terms of not being too scared of this car and understanding that there's a community here to help them, right?
100%. This league took me back from Crash Jackson, and I had Tony as my mentor, and there's always been somebody to race, and there always will be somebody to race at your caliber. The biggest thing is just don't worry about pace. Just put in the lap, keep it on the black stuff, and have fun, and you're going to find battles all the time. So just come on out and enjoy it, because I think it's hands down the most rewarding, fun car there is in iRacing.
Yeah, and in order to prepare you for all the other cars in iRacing, as I was mentioning towards the start of the broadcast, this car prepares you for all the other vehicles, doesn't it? Because it's raw. There's no driving assists with this beast. It's something that it leads into the other vehicles, really, doesn't it? If you were to choose, you would learn this one first, and then expand your knowledge and your skill out to other cars.
I totally agree. I rarely drive other cars, but when I do, you can be a little more aggressive with the other cars, where this one you have to be a bit more tame. You have to brake a bit earlier, a bit straighter, a bit lighter on the turn-in when you transfer the weight. And the hardest part about other cars is you get a bit sloppy and braking a little later and turning the wheel a bit more and it's just, if you drive this car, you will be quick in other cars. I guarantee it.
Yeah. So, how do you feel this season's going to go for you, Chris? Is it going to be an absolute fight, or do you think you're going to do what you did last time and sail off into the blue yonder and take all the points and the plaudits yourself?
I definitely don't think that's going to be the case. I think Tony had something in there for the 75 to 80% for the Enduro, so my fuel saving advantage is gone. So I think those races will be much, much closer. Like you said, all these quick guys, I have a feeling it'll be a very tight championship. I don't think I'm going to squeak away really in any races. If I do, I think it'll be mistakes by people. Or myself, somebody else could easily have the pace to take off. So I'm excited for the season. I think it's going to be very tight.
Some stuff. It's been great to see you back in this league. It'd be great to see others rejoining this league from previous and new people as well. Any shout outs you'd like to make this evening before we let you go?
Well, Simability for jumping on board. That's amazing. We've had them as our sponsor in our car, and I'm super proud racing for them, and I'm glad that they are the official sponsor of this awesome league. My wife, my children, Logan and Ella, love you guys. I think they're watching upstairs. And you guys for the broadcast and everyone who shows up in races. Thanks a lot, guys. Great league.
Some stuff. Great to hear from you. Great to see you again, Chris. And looking forward to seeing whatever you perform in this season. Thank you very much. Our race winner for the feature race, Chris Jackson.
Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the ciders and drinks tonight. Cheers.
Cheers.
I think he's got us all wrong.
Just looking at what Ivan says in the chat line, he says first season you go off and you hit walls and you don't know why, and then the guys help you and you start getting off track less. The third season he skips the second. You go off even less, but then you know why, and you know that the fifth season you stay on track and you even understand why you do. And I think that's key, isn't it? That's really good.
Very, very true. Right, let's get our next interviewee in. Winner of the sprint race, Tony Kloosterman. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you, Clyde.
So, a tale of two races for you. Sprint race, stuck it on pole, got away. Teammate Chris Jackson chased you down, and then you had an extremely wide Mustang. We saw Chris put the move on you, and you said, no, I'm not having that, and took the position back again. That was a fantastic race, wasn't it?
It was fun. Yeah, I was struggling with the tires at the end of both races, so it wasn't surprising that Chris could catch me there at the end of the first race, and then Kenzie was on top of me there at the end as well. So it was a nice way to start the year.
Yeah, and then race two, we see you have the contact with, I think it was Miro, if memory serves correct. And then after that, you was on a bit of a recovery drive.
Yeah, a little bit of contact with Miro. I don't think it wasn't intentional, obviously. And I think if the contact was just the contact, we would have been fine. But the internet decided that it was much more serious than that and kind of bounced me off him quite a bit. So anyways, it was a recovery drive. I had to pit early to try and get some repairs, and seventh from there I think was okay. The field's pretty strong.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the key, isn't it, this season? Do well in the sprint race, and then by hook, by crook, or with a bit of luck, get up through the cars and into a decent finishing position in the feature race without too many mishaps.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, Clyde. And I think that, with the caliber of drivers that we have, and the fact is that we've all raced together for quite some time. The new guys look to be very clean and quick. So if we maintain that mentality through Knockhill, I hope we should be okay. No tempers get raised.
Well, Knockhill is certainly one way to start a season, shall we say. I'm really looking forward to that, just to see how you guys handle the curbs and handle the close racing. But, season 11, we were saying at the start of the broadcast, 5.5 years since we started. And the cars are as popular as ever. We've got 28 sign-ups at the moment this season, and 20 cars for Media Day. So things are certainly going in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. It's nice to have Simability on board as the title sponsor this year. We've enjoyed carrying their colors for the last 7 years now, something like that. Long time, anyways. And you guys do a good job on the broadcast. So it's nice to see that it's becoming a little bit more popular. And, if we can get 20 odd cars out to every race, I think we're all going to be happy about that.
Yeah, I think that will provide some fantastic racing. Anyway, Tony, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Simability, obviously, on our car and wild rides. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Ant Woodward's company is riding on the car as well. So we're going to try and keep it out of the ditches. And, I don't know if you know, Ant had a little bit of a biking accident there a little while ago. But anyways, his bike shop is on the car this year, and we're going to support that. So thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always enjoyable to watch afterwards.
Excellent. Well, thanks as usual for joining us in the booth. Congratulations on your sprint race win, and we'll see you next time out.
Take care, guys.
Okay, Pete, next up for you, let's bring in Mr. Tyler Newitt, who had a 5th place in the sprint race and a 3rd place in the feature.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Tyler. Tyler the Smiler. 3rd in the feature, 5th in the sprint. You followed your teammate home in the first one and left him for dead in the second. You've got you've been in the thick of it quite a lot tonight, haven't you? You were right in it for all the action that we were following.
Yeah, I had some really great battles in the first race. I had a good one with Greg and with Ryan, and was just talking with Vincent about our battle, which unfortunately didn't end so well for him in that kind of melee into turn 1. But yeah, some great races in race 1, and the only mistake I made was not properly testing, or I guess not even building a very good setup, because I got into the practice session and the setup I had thrown together for a few laps earlier in the week was just god awful. So I threw on the VRS set, which was great, until it was very apparent that the tires were made to last about 20 minutes. And I got to the end of that, and Adam was in behind me, and I was like, oh man, Adam's really catching me. And Adam was like, no, you just made some mistakes, and I'll sit back here. And I was like, I'm not going to fight you if you want to go through. I can't drive this thing anymore. He's like, all right, I think I'll take that. And I think I was lucky to even, hold him off as long as I did, because he was, I think, not wanting to pass me. But the tires were just absolutely gone. And then I thought in race 2, well, I'll take some camber out, and then I'm sure I could go more than 30 minutes on them, which also was not true.
But you finished the feature race really close to Kenzie, which must be a positive message to you for the rest of the season, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I was quite happy. I was rather frustrated because I think if I hadn't have taken the bus stop wrong that one time, I mean, Kenzie was as absolute. We pit on the same lap, and he was as absolutely ragged as I was towards the end of that race. And I think if I hadn't have thrown it off, I probably could have fended him off, or at least been closer. And it was mostly the fighting with Dan that gave Kenzie a gap that I wasn't able to close back in on. But what was really encouraging was after the pit stop, I was actually keeping pace with Chris Jackson. I wasn't closing because he's Chris Jackson, but I was at least matching his pace, which felt really good. But I said to Tony or Tony and Ant in the waiting room afterwards that Kenzie got past me, and suddenly that gap to Chris started to open up, and I was like, oh, so he was just managing the gap, but he thinks Kenzie's quicker than I am, and so now he stepped on it to try and build it up because Kenzie's going to close him in.
Yeah.
Which maybe gives me a chip on my shoulder, but
well, even then, as a comfort blanket for you, your best lap was a 147.94, and Chris Jackson's best lap was a 148.05.
Ooh, all right, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I thought you might. It's not the fastest lap of the race because that was Kenzie, I think. Anyway, yeah, no, it wasn't Kenzie. That was Nikolai, I think. But anyway, we'll get back to fastest laps another point. But it must bode well that you can turn laps faster than the guy that won the feature race. I mean, that speaks volumes, right, for your capability.
Yeah, it feels really nice because Adam and I were talking earlier this week because everyone was posting the times they were doing around Watkins Glen, and it was like, we can't do those times. I mean, neither of us, I think, had driven the V8 since the season 10 finale, whenever that was. So we were a little rusty, but then I did an official in the strength of field, and I beat Tony at Mosport, which felt very good to shake the rust off. And did, was feeling a little more confident heading into the today, but I certainly didn't expect to be in podium contention right out of the gate. I thought I was going to have to build back up to that.
Yeah, you were wrong. So that's good. And anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go?
You guys, of course, for doing the broadcast. I know you've got your work cut out for you with all the blue and green cars out there. Hopefully our green is different enough that you can figure it out. But
Yeah.
I heard you struggle a little bit. But no, it's you guys do a great job with the broadcast. Thanks to Simability. It was great to hear from Glen early on at the beginning. I didn't really know much about Simability, to be honest, other than they sponsored the NQR guys. But sounds like a great company and great to have them on board to keep this awesome series going. And major shout out to Adam for pushing me and beating me for race number 1. He's all those 6,000 leagues he's doing have made him absolutely properly quick in the V8 somehow. So I'm gonna have to keep sharp to stay ahead of him.
Yeah, totally. Simability, we've worked with before. We've done some charity events with them before. It's a great sponsor to have against the league. So you're absolutely right. Thank you for your entertaining racing tonight, Tyler Newman.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so next up, let's bring in everybody's favourite Aussie, Mr. Vincent Skilbeck. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
Not a problem. So, what did we say about your races tonight? Sort of one to forget?
The first race, yes, was one to forget. The second race, I was actually happy with. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's a shame because I thought you were shit. Now we know that you're used to the awesome competition over in Scops, but we feel the competition in Europe this season has gone up a notch with these new drivers. What do you think?
Yeah, I was actually very surprised at the end of qualifying at how far back I actually was. So yeah, it's good that we've got a new injection of players in the field, I should say. It will be interesting to see how the pace stacks up over a whole season. But yeah, so far it seems to be going in a very good direction and being very competitive already.
And next time out, Knock Hill. Have you done any laps in this car round there?
When it first came out, I maybe have done a few 5 to 10 laps around just to see what the track was like. But apart from that, I haven't turned any laps with the V8 there. I've done a few GT and TCR races there, but nothing in the V8. So I'll have to get my head around that pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a bit mental. And something that we spoke about on the broadcast, obviously, race 2 there, you stayed out longer than anybody else. Came out behind Tony with 5-lap newer tyres, managed to get the pass done. Was that a purposeful tactic on your behalf, or did it just fall into your lap that way?
No, that was actually purposeful. So after race 1, and knowing I was going to be off the back of the pack, I decided to do the Chris Jackson route with strategy and fuel save the whole race. So I was saving fuel every lap behind everyone, lifting into the big braking zones and into turn one and stuff like that. Which managed to give me the jump and saving my tires at the same time ahead of everyone. And then I still had to fuel save after the pit stop to make it home, but I still had the pace somehow. I don't know how I had the pace, but just the fuel saving strat, which worked out well for me.
Yeah, I say it certainly worked. Up 11 places from your starting position, so well done on that. But before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Just everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps us going. We had a good year last year, so we're hoping for another good year this year. You guys for the broadcast, and just Simability for helping you guys out with sponsorship and stuff to keep all the stuff running.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure. Sorry,
just before you go, Vincent, because I'm a pain in the ass. I'm looking at your iRating progress on iRacing because I'm a stalker.
Yes.
From He'll be asking you for dirty underwear in the post next.
Not yet. That's the next level, Clyde. Don't get him beyond it now because he won't give me any. So from 2019 onwards, you progressed quite rapidly from about 1,000 iRating or 1,500 iRating through to nearly 4,000. So is that because you're in leagues like this, or is that because of Scops, or is that because of officials? What is it for the guys that might join our league? This is the media day, and we're trying to attract others to it. What is it that pulls people to be able to improve in that way in their racecraft?
There's not much to my secret for that. I think it's just focusing on one car and one series only for me. And once I figured out or unlocked the secret to gaining iRating in official races, I just tried to make that my goal and try to finish in that one spot where I knew I'd be able to get iRating.
No.
But
Good.
From now on for the rest of the year, I don't think I'll be gaining very much iRating at all because I've kind of given up on the V8 official series just because of all the aggressive driving.
It is pretty brutal, isn't it?
And getting wrecked on lap one and stuff. So the first first two rounds of the official series, I've maybe only finished 2 races.
Was Pete in your split?
You're such a knob.
No, which is actually surprising. But yeah, I get up to about 3.8k, and then I have 2 shit races and fall all the way back down to 3.6, and I was just like, nah, I've had enough of going up and down like that, so I've decided to stop. But that gives me more time to focus on other things like long 24-hour races that are coming up. And this league in particular and Scops, so yeah.
Yeah.
It might
some stuff.
Up my face. Yeah.
Cool stuff. So yeah, anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go, or have you done that? I can't remember.
We've already done that, Pete.
Oh, wait, right, okay, that's fine.
But I'll give you the little secret to gaining the iRating in the official races is just to aim to finish mid-pack. Well, top half of the field. So if you finish top half of the field, you'll gain iRating. So that's the secret.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do for years.
Yeah, there you go. Top tip from Vincent Skilbeck. So, as we said, always a pleasure, Vincent, and we'll see you next time out.
Yep. See you guys for round 1.
Okay, so last but not least for you, Pete, and he's going to be a little bit pissed off because other people managed to score more incident points than him. It's Ant Woodward.
Say it isn't so, Ant. Surely you got the most.
Evening. No, I actually just came in for some driving advice from Pete.
Oh dear, you are desperate. So we've had your entire team fan club on the chat tonight.
Very good.
Yeah, awesome stuff. You've got your own company kicking off, haven't you? In terms of something to do with bikes. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah. So I build, maintain, service, and repair e-bikes, basically.
Cool.
All based from home. So it's great to see the Wild Rides logo on the car. Thanks to Greg for doing the paint. So yeah, that's us.
I'm sure I've seen Wild Rides on Pornhub.
You may have seen it somewhere else, Clyde. It depends where you look.
Oh dear, nearly made me choke. That was funny. Anyway, maybe Clyde's seen that as well on whatever he's been watching. So yeah, thought I'd get you a plug in on that.
Thank you.
No problem. Accept non-sequential £5 notes at the usual address. Anyway, you had quite an eventful night. We saw you in loads of battles, and you must have had a brilliant race.
Yeah, race. I don't know which was my favourite. Race 2 probably because I finished it.
Yeah. Yeah. Always a good start, isn't it? If you want to benchmark yourself, then that's where you go to. Yeah, you finished 14th. You did loads of overtaking that I saw, but I think there was a lot of swapping of positions, to be honest, because you were 5 up from where you started because you had a pretty bad sprint race.
Yeah, there's a common theme in both races, like flying through the field and then flying back through the field the other way.
Yeah.
I think I drive the tires off it, to be honest. I make progress in the first few laps, and then that first race, by the end of the, I had nothing on the car, and I pitted, and it was 19% on the front left. 19. I've never seen it so low. 19.
I didn't know that was possible.
Normally. So with that in mind, the second race, I actually pitted. You may have seen it, probably not. I was near the back by then, but I was starting to go backwards again, seriously backwards, and I thought I'm going to crash, so I'm just going to get 4 tires, and I pitted for another 4 tires.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I did see that. Or rather, I saw you pit the second time, but you still pitted and came out ahead of a couple of people that finished with only 1 pit stop. So it was obviously a benefit to you. Well, how do you think the rest of the seasons are going to go for you? Do you think it's going to be I don't know. Is it a league where you feel you can get into the top 10?
If we've got some really short races, I think there's 2 reasons for that. There's incident points.
Yeah.
The longer the races go, the more off tracks I get. And then there's just the tyres. I need to learn how to drive the thing without killing the tyres like that, because I've never seen numbers like that.
Well, don't come to me for advice because I ain't got a clue.
You're right in the TCR, Pete.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Anyway, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to? Obviously, Stacey and Evie are going to be right up at the top of that list. But anybody else?
Yeah, Stacey, Evie, and Jack. And it was great. I'm going to watch back the broadcast to hear what Glen had to say. Many thanks to him for sponsoring the league and the team for years. And Tony and the team as well. And you guys, especially Clyde, for organising it all. It's the only racing I do seriously. The other ones are just for fun. I'd be lost without the league, so many thanks.
You take this serious?
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, right?
What you can't hear at the minute is Sam laughing his head off in the background. It's funny.
Okay, so let's say goodnight to Anne Woodward. Absolutely fantastic racing tonight, gents. Unfortunately, no point on the table as it was media day. And next time out, January the 22nd, we're in the cauldron that is Knock Hill. So I think anybody that comes out of those two races scoring decent points are thoroughly going to deserve it. Coming up on BSTV, we are back in GT4 TCR action on Wednesday from the Daytona Road Course, I believe, Pete. Obviously, you've done about 1,000 laps practice already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then Saturday, first time back this year, it's the 992 Challenge.
Yeah.
The Porsche 992 from Interlagos. That is shaping up to be a fantastic season, and obviously that is the series that has the most professional cameraman. And then on Sunday we are back with the fun BSTV truck series from Phoenix. So some fantastic racing coming up in the next 7 days. So make sure you drop this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on YouTube. That way you will never miss any of the action. If you've liked what you've looked at tonight, then we do have spaces left on the grid. Jump on our website, register, and you can be racing next time out. Big thanks to Simability, our new principal sponsor, for coming on board. Big thanks to all the drivers for making tonight an absolutely fantastic event, and thanks to everybody that joined in on the chat. We really do appreciate it. Thanks to Pete for joining me in the booth. Thanks to Sam for doing the cameras and doing lots of giggling in the background. I shall say goodnight, let the guys say goodnight, and then we shall disappear. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Again, if you've liked what you've seen and you've never driven these cars before, don't be put off. Please join the league, and the guys in the community will help you. It's a great league, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of the league.
Means you're done. Nice. Good night, everybody, and see you next time.